Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to Beating the Press podcast. I am your host, Rafa. Now, coming up in this evening's podcast, it's all about football, Champions League action coming up, big international break as well, World Cup qualifiers, and of course, the results of the FA Cup. Lots to talk about in this week's episode. Now, joining me this evening to talk some football, we have returning to the podcast, Christoph.
Go to what viewers.
Yes, Christoph, we've been on a break, but much football has taken place over the period. Let's kick things off over there in the World Cup qualifiers. World Cup qualifiers, the teams are now set for the World Cup, Christoph. Jamaica not making it. Italy out. What were your thoughts?
I never expected Jamaica to make it,
Wow,
regardless.
wow, that's a big call there versus
Gra
DR Congo and
granted, the goal that Congo scored should have been ruled out for handball, but ultimately I didn't expect Jamaica to make it through. Italy, um, I never expected them to make it either. Italy
really
is, yeah,
Italy.
it
This is now the third world.
World Cup in a row that they have
Yeah,
missed. Yeah.
yeah, that
It
is shocking. Has Italian footballer fallen off this that much?
yeah, Italy focuses too much on tactics. They are not producing any attackers or strikers, and that is what you're. This is the result of that. I,
Yeah, plus that
I,
defensive solidarity that Italy is also known for is missing in recent time. Where is the next Cannavaro, Christoph? Where is the next
the
Maldini?
the
Where
the,
is
the,
the next Bonucci?
Chiellini.
I'm not seeing these players coming through in Italy, and
All
as you
right,
rightfully
but
say, the attackers as well is really lacking.
the
Where's the next
attackers.
Del Piero?
I can't tell you the last time or the name of a Italian striker. Can't.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't tell you the name of an Italian attacking midfielder.
yeah, definitely. The quality up at the top end of the pitch is sorely lacking. And of course, this is football. You need goals to win matches. But the Italians of all, Christoph, I can't see any young replacements coming through the rank. Where is the next Tati, Christoph? Where is the next Pirlo? These are some great players that seem to have disappeared from the face of the earth in Italian football. And it just goes to show in the league as well that the league has really fallen down the ranks when compared to the other leagues in the world also.
Definitely. I mean, a blueprint was given to them a number of years ago on how to rebuild Italian football, and they ignored it. So,
Oh, who gave that blueprint?
I'm trying to remember. It's a former Italian player as well said, "Hey,
Mm.
Italian football would suffer if you don't follow these steps." He gave them 100-page document. Gave the FA 100-page document. This is how you rebuild Italian football. I don't remember the name right now, but I will have to look it up and tell you. But yeah, one of the
Yeah,
things that he noted was that the system of how Italy does football needs to change. Do not have the players learn so much tactics. Have them play more tactics less. Focus on producing more attackers, strikers, attacking midfielders, and wingers, and not so much on defenders and defensive
right,
midfielders.
right. And of course, allow players to have that creative freedom as well.
Right,
I believe a number of youngsters at such an early age are being overcoached and
right. That
almost
is the
as if that
problem.
creativity is being coached out of them. So we're not seeing any number 10s coming through. We're not seeing a Tati. We're not seeing, those Abaggio, Adel Piero. We are
Balotelli.
not seeing we are not seeing these attacking number nines, number 10 players coming through. And
No.
it is definitely showing. So another winner of the World Cup will not be participating in this year's edition. And of course, Jamaica, Christoph, being knocked out as well, got a super for group and failing to capitalize, went to the playoffs, and the Democratic Republic of Congo took care of business. Whether it's right or wrong, at the end of the day, it is the DR Congo that will be in the World Cup. Jamaica will be watching from home. But speaking of World Cups, Christoph, we're seeing some ridiculous prices as it relates to World Cup tickets as well. Talk to us about that. Are the normal everyday fan being priced out of the World Cup?
Yeah, the people who actually want to go and enjoy the football are being priced out of it. You're probably going to be seeing these. streamers and celebrities, people who are just there for the clout or whatever, there with cameras streaming live during the match, and it ruins the football for the actual fans who just want to watch some football, want to experience a World Cup. The ticket prices are ridiculous. Um, we saw tickets going for 25,000, and I,
Yeah.
I I don't really know
I mean,
who
and you're
is
not even factoring in airfare if you're traveling from overseas,
hotel.
lodgings, transportation, food. That's just the ticket price just to get in the stadium. I mean, the average fan cannot afford these things. So,
No,
that World Cup experience is surely going to miss a number of normal fans who follow the sport
I
day
mean,
in, day out.
a good finals ticket is selling for 2 million.
Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That
Uh,
is indeed crazy.
yeah, if you want to get a decent seat to watch it, the final, is 2 million is the lowest cost.
Mm. Uh, yeah, I mean, FIFA definitely needs to take a closer look at these things. I'm not sure what the fans themselves can do, but definitely, this is not a good look for the sport in general, when it comes to the World Cup and what is taking place in terms of the ticket prices. But at
I
the end
mean,
of the
yeah,
day, it is what it is.
yeah, we know
I'm
it's
sure
about
fans are going
it's
to turn up, but I just feel it has become ridiculously overpriced. And a
oh,
number of your regular, everyday fan, Christoph, will not be able to afford to go to a World Cup game. Not even one of the less fancied games. Let's take, for example, a Uzbekistan versus a DR Congo. Not even a game like that with not much high profile players. The price is still ridiculously high.
um in addition to the prices being ridiculously high, um, nobody is probably going to watch a Uzbekistan versus a Congo except their fans, right? So when you make the price so high, you're going to end up with half-empty stadiums, in my opinion, or you're going to end up with people who have scalped the tickets and are trying to resell them, and they just lose, right?
Yeah, definitely interesting times ahead as it relates to the World Cup for sure coming up. But ah, and I mean that we're just talking about going into the stadium. I am almost sure as well that possibly some of these games may be going through streaming services as well, Christoph. So that again put an added expense on the pocket of a local fan. That chances are many of these games will be streamed where you probably need a subscription.
100%, 100%. You had to watch the last World Cup. You had to get subscription to watch it. I
Mhm.
think it showed on probably ESPN, and you could watch it on like YouTube Premium, but those are subscription. There was a way around it for the ESPN where ESPN would allow you to watch 45 minutes.
Wow.
So all you do is close the browser, turn on a VPN, and
Man.
then watch the second half and next 45.
Interesting stuff for sure. Interesting stuff. But yeah, we definitely keep an eye on that. But that was the international break. Teams are now set. We don't have to worry about qualifiers anymore. Teams are locked in, and it's just a matter of time before the World Cup kicks off. Back to business over there in England, Christoph. The FA Cup was on full display over the weekend, and we saw some massive upsets. Nowhere else to start, Christoph, but at your team, the Gunners, going down to non-Premier League team, Southampton. What's going on with Arsenal? That's now two cups they have been knocked out of when talks were being made of a potential quadruple. We are now down to a potential double.
Yeah,
And
seems
many
to
persons
be.
are not even looking at Man City, who could potentially win a treble in this season as well.
Yeah, looking a lot like Liverpool a couple of years ago, from quadruple to nothing, potentially. You never know. The only thing I can say, it is the type of game where, again, if I am the owner, there is an inquiry after this match. Was it a case where you didn't really care about the result of this game, and you have decided that your focus is now Premier League, one less competition, and Man City has an extra. has extra games to play, putting pressure on them. Right? That is the only thing. That's the only positive for Arteta that I could see from this game because it was a horrible showing by the team. Same old
So no credit,
problems
no
with
credit to Southampton.
Southampton didn't do anything special. It's two goals that were scored from being defensively poor and from
Mm,
being poor attacking. The players were on the players who came into this game, a lot of you could say, some more fringe players, players who haven't gotten a
right.
lot of game
Not
time
not
so far,
regular starters per
not
se. A
regular
rotated
starters.
squad.
They have put on such a poor showing in this game. I would be hard pressed to see majority of them at the club next season
Oh wow,
because you
wow.
have
Oh, so you'll be clearing house come next season.
this was a game where I'm giving you the opportunity to tell me why you should start or why you should be a game changer for me. You have failed that situation. We are out of a competition. I can't see any reason to keep you around next season. You're clearly not at the quality that is
So
required to.
give us some names, Christoph. I mean, you saw the game, you know the players. It's your team. Who are some of the players that you will not have around come next season?
The biggest one for me is probably Gabriel Jesus.
Okay, the
Um,
number nine from previously of Man City.
right, Gabriel Jesus looks obviously he could potentially rediscover his form or whatever, but I do not think he's any longer at the level that the team
Than
requires.
elite level. He'll probably
Right,
fit good in maybe like a mid-table club, maybe
a
like a
mid-table club.
Fulham, Crystal Palace, a Brentford.
Right, I would kept Kepa, again, I don't really blame him for the goals. It is it's defensive errors caused both of them. Ben White for the first one completely missing a header.
Right,
Saliba for
right,
the
right.
second one, just poor. Um,
Well, I mean, Ben White, the big England international, I mean, just coming off a big England call-up, potentially locking down a spot in that England squad, making a very horrible mistake there, going for the header, as you say, completely missing it. And that led directly to a goal. I'm not
right,
sure.
again, like
I,
like
I
I
give
said,
Southampton some credit though, Christoph. I
I
mean, yes, Arsenal was horrible, but they were made to look horrible by Southampton.
I don't. They
Yeah, I
were
mean they came with a force. They took their chances
no,
in front of goal and they defended for their life.
they took their chances in front of goal. No doubt, they did a very good job in that aspect. The problem is that Arsenal was just so horrible. It's as if we talked about it just a while ago. It's like the creativity has been coached out of them.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. A lot of goals coming from the set play route.
I don't think the set pieces to me is not an issue. All right,
Mm.
if I am a team and
But
my
the
best
open
goal
goals
scorer
are an issue though, then,
my
Christoph.
my if my best goals come from set pieces, then
There's a problem.
I am making sure every ball go out for a corner, go out for a throw, so I can do it, right? But clearly, that is clearly
I'm not sure.
clearly the way Arsenal play, they don't think that is the case, right?
Well,
Right? They look like
yeah,
they're trying.
because probably they see themselves as a ball playing team when in fact they are a set piece team.
I can't say Arsenal is a set piece team. Liverpool has scored the same amount of set pieces of
Well,
Arsenal.
well,
Is
I'm just
Liverpool a
saying.
set piece team?
Yeah, I mean, you could say that if the majority of their goals are coming from set plays. But I mean, Arsenal seem to have
The
perfected the art of,
the
of
major
scoring from
the
set
ma-
plays. So,
the
but as
majority
you say,
of
as you
goals for
clearly say,
Arsenal
why
are
not
not set
why
pieces.
not play to your strength? Nothing is wrong with being a set piece team, Christoph. Play to your
No,
strength.
no,
As you
no.
say, let every ball go for a corner,
I
and
did
you put
not
teams under
say
pressure.
there's anything wrong with being a set piece
Yeah,
team. I'm simply saying Arsenal have scored over 100 goals so far this season.
right,
Only
right.
20 of them have been set piece. So clearly,
Mm,
clearly there, and that include penalty,
right,
right?
right.
So clearly 80 plus percent of your goals are coming from open play.
So the issue is not offensive then. The issue is
No,
probably
no, no, no,
defensive
no,
at the
no, no,
moment.
no, 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 no. The issue is not defensive. The defense is faltering because the attack is not doing anything. So
Okay, so the issue
addition
is the offense.
additional pressure is put on the defense. If you're
Right?
scoring goals, it doesn't matter how good the opposition attack is because you are ahead of them. Right now, the attack is they are too slow. The
So the
players
goals have dried up then.
aside from Gyökeres, nobody is making runs in behind. And when runs are made in behind, the players are not making those passes.
Mm.
I- I-
The likes of Saka, poor farm, Martinelli not coming up with much.
Martinelli seems to only have one style where he runs. If he can't run behind, he runs on the wing. He jockeys the ball and tries to cut it back or something. And teams see that every game. You see the teams know it, so the teams just let him do it because he's not going
Predictable,
to.
becoming
Right,
predictable.
too predictable, too
But
slow.
can Arsenal hold on though, Christoph? Do you have the confidence in Arsenal? Will this poor form translate over into EPL form? I mean, it has been what, two cup defeats to the hands of Man City and here Southampton.
Well,
But will it translate over into
the
results in the EPL?
the only thing I can say about it is Arsenal has the tools to finish out the season strong. We see where Victor Gyökeres has hit farm. He
Right?
has he has 18 goals so far this season, right?
Oh, for
Play
Arsenal or
right
in all
for no
competitions?
yeah for Arsenal in our competitions
Oh,
for
okay, okay.
Arsenal. I'm not counting international. I'm only
Oh, you're
counting
not
Arsenal.
counting
I'm
international.
not
Okay, gotcha.
if it's international. He has about
20
25 goals.
plus.
25
Okay, I
goals, I
see,
think,
I
if I
see.
count him. For Arsenal, he has 18
18.
goals in our competition so far this
Mm,
season. He is hitting farm, play to the man's strength. Stop
okay.
trying to do foolishness, right? Every time I see the Victor Gyökeres making runs and then I don't see Arsenal play the ball to him, I go back to the interview a number of years ago when United had signed Van Persie. Sir Alex Ferguson brought in the videotape and said, "I brought in Van Persie. These are the runs he makes. These are the balls he needs playing to him. If you cannot find him, you will not play."
Mm.
That is what Sir
Oh,
Alex
so
said to the
Arteta
player.
need to have a talk with his midfield then.
You have somebody who is scoring goals in form, best finisher in the team by a mile. When he gets the opportunity, he scores a goal. Why are you not creating chances, creating the opportunities for this player to score? We just saw Erling Haaland kind of break his drought. Haaland was not scoring anything from the beginning of the year till now. Why? Because no opportunities were being created for him.
But
Opportunities are being created.
but isn't Haaland the leading goal scorer in the EPL at the moment?
He scored all of his goals between August and December.
Mm.
And if
Well,
you recall, I told
so
you
even though
always
he's the leading goal scorer, his standards have somewhat dropped, even though he still leads the
so
EPL then, based on the dizzy heights which he has set over a couple of years now.
when you look up the statistics, from Haaland has joined the league to now. No striker gets more chances than Haaland
Mm.
in the league.
Right,
No
right.
striker. On the opposite side, Victor Gyökeres gets the least amount of chances in the league.
Mm. So you're saying Gyökeres conversion rate is higher than that of Erling Haaland?
Yeah, Gyökeres conversion rate is higher than Haaland.
I see, I see, I see. Ah, but switching things up, Christoph. Speaking of Haaland, Man City taking care of business versus Liverpool, 4 goals to nil. Is this the end of Salah we're seeing as a elite football player, Christoph? And can Slot survive the season?
Um,
Or will he be sacked after the PSG games?
I mean, the owners probably don't expect them to beat PSG, to be honest.
Well,
So
it depends on the manner of the defeat. If you go there and pick up a 6 piece, a 7 piece, then it's a different ball game right there, as opposed to a narrow defeat, maybe a 2-1 on aggregate. But
eh,
if you're going in and the deficit is 6, 7, 8 goals, almost similar to that of Chelsea, then that's a different conversation you're going to be having. But Liverpool looks a shadow of themselves. I mean, I didn't expect them to trouble Man City much in this FA Cup tie, but looking ahead, looking to the PSG game, which we'll speak about shortly, if they pick up anything like the score that Chelsea picked up, I can't see Slot lasting the season. I think he should hand in his resignation, maybe bring in an interim coach, and then appoint someone permanently come the summer. I mean,
I
the
mean,
fans seem to be clamoring for that of Zabi Alonso.
I don't know if it was like fake news or just rumors or just people posting something, but I'm almost certain I saw where Alonso was already confirmed to be the manager next season. So
Well, I'm
regardless
sure
of
it's
it,
just fake news at
yeah,
this moment.
probably fake news.
And of
But
course, the media are spewing a particular narrative as well,
right.
clickbaits, etc. So But yeah, Liverpool looking off it, Man City looking as if they have been galvanized by that Carling Cup win. That's now two big wins under their belt against quote and unquote quality teams. And they could potentially add a little pressure to the title race, but time will tell in that regard. But as it stands right now, Christoph, it is what? Man City to take on, is it Chelsea? How does the semi-final looks?
Uh,
So, and Southampton, or is it
Semi-final.
Man
Oh, the
City?
FA Cup. Okay.
Yeah, is it Man City versus Leeds and Southampton versus Chelsea? How does it how
Well,
what's the fixture?
Man City's next league game is against Chelsea. I don't know if that is what you're
No,
talking.
no, I'm talking about the draw for the FA Cup in terms of the semi-finals. It could potentially be a Chelsea Man City
No,
final,
City will face Southampton. Chelsea will face Leeds.
right? So City versus Southampton in one semi-final and Chelsea versus Leeds in the other semi-final. So potentially we could be looking at a Man City versus Chelsea FA
Oh,
Cup final then, Christoph.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that would be a good, decent enough spectacle per se. Not no
Not,
no disrespect to
not really.
Southampton or Leeds,
I
but a Man City versus Chelsea would bring a more profile to the competition, in my
it,
opinion.
it
Again,
would
no disrespect
definitely.
to the Leeds fans or the Southampton fans.
It will definitely bring profile to the competition, but I'm not so sure about Chelsea's manager. His attacking credentials. You know, we saw where he
Well, I
got.
mean, they did take care of business versus Port Vale. What, 6-7?
Yeah, but it's Port Vale.
Yeah, you have to beat what comes in front of you. And this is a good way to dismiss a non-Premier League team. Well, a League One team, I believe, or do they play in the championship?
Don't know.
But in either case, this is how you deal with minnows, quote and unquote. I mean, you have to dismiss them and dismiss them emphatically, which is what Chelsea went out and did. So credit to Chelsea, making it to a semi-final, potentially a trophy, could cap the season. And of course, congratulations to Southampton as well. And it went down to penalties between Leeds and West Ham. Leeds finding some penalty kicks there, and they were the team that advanced. But yeah, interesting semi-final matchup. Something definitely to look forward to. And City could potentially be looking at a cup double, Christoph. And I mean, I wouldn't say City has blown away anyone with their football this season, but fact of the matter, Pep knows how to win trophies. What can we say about Man City, Christoph?
I mean, I can't really say anything about Man City at the moment. I don't know.
Well, you
I
must
think.
agree that Pep knows how to win trophies.
I
I
mean,
mean, Man City has not been very impressive all season, yet
Man
they are
City.
potentially looking at a double in
Man City,
cups.
Man City, usually regardless of their form, for the season, they usually pick up their form around this time of the
And
year.
pick
So,
up silverware as well. Because at the end of the day, that is what you're judged by. You're judged by trophies.
I
Because I mean,
mean,
look at Arsenal. Arsenal could play so well all season and end the season with zero trophies.
the silverware might come with an asterisk at the end of the season.
Well.
There
That's a
might,
different ball game right there. That's a different conversation.
all the
Are you referring
silverware,
to the
uh,
charges?
yeah, all the silverware could have an asterisk.
Mm.
All the silverware since the takeover could now have an asterisk.
All right, we move, Christoph, we move. And we move to Champions League football, Christoph. Champions League football is where the focus is. Midweek, Tuesday and Wednesday, we have the quarterfinals. Is it the quarterfinals stage we are at? Quarterfinals of the Champions League, some big
Yeah,
matchups.
yeah, the quarterfinals.
Chelsea, I mean, sorry, not Chelsea. Arsenal takes on Sporting over there in Portugal. We have Barcelona versus Atletico. Of course, over there in Paris, it is PSG versus Liverpool. And we have, and to me, the pick of the games in this quarterfinal, Christoph, it is Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. I mean, these are four very interesting matchups. Some very close to call, some I would say is an easy call. So for me, Christoph, Liverpool, PSG, my money is on PSG. Barcelona, Atletico, I am bringing Barcelona. Where the problem comes in now is Real Madrid versus Bayern. And I think Arsenal has enough to take care of business over there at Sporting as well. But that Bayern Real Madrid game, to me, that is the tough one to call. How are you seeing that game, Christoph?
Like you said, I think it's a very tough game to call because Real Madrid, regardless of what their form is in the league or other competitions, they always seem to come to life in the Champions League. They came to life against Man City um, in the last round, and this could be one of those games again. The problem for Madrid, however, is that the first leg is being played at the Bernabeu, so if they don't get the win in this first leg, then they probably, I think, will lose going to the Allianz. Same thing to me, it's the same thing for Barcelona. First leg is being played at the Camp Nou. Historically, the last 15 years, Barca has struggled and has failed on a number of occasions to progress on to the next round when the second leg is being played away.
Hmm, that's an
And
interesting
to
statistic.
to top it off, for Barca,
Hmm.
they just played Atletico Madrid on the weekend. Atletico lost, but there was a number of questionable refereeing decisions in that game. Atletico Madrid has actually lodged a complaint against the referees for that match.
Interesting times ahead for sure. Interesting times ahead.
So
But with
Atletico
that being
could
said,
be out
though,
for blood.
I think the only question mark I have over the Bayern Real Madrid game is that Kane, Christoph, Kane, the big England number 9 who plies his trade now for Bayern Munich, he might be either nursing an injury or may not be fully fit. If it was a fully fit Kane, I would be very confident in picking Bayern Munich, to get through on the tie. So that is the only drawback. This game might boil down to how fit Kane is, but then again, you do have a quality backup in that of Nicholas Jackson, Krista,
Question mark.
former Chelsea striker. So Nick Jackson may very well get the start in this game.
Question mark. A
Mm.
question mark.
Well, you seem as if you have some concerns over Jackson. I mean, obviously he's not the same quality as a Kane, but I mean,
Uh,
over
a number
a
of
one
things.
game, he must can do a job over one game.
Number of things. Yeah, Nick Jackson is not the same quality as a Kane, but Nick Jackson was not converting 1v1s in the Premier League. No, the
Maybe
Bayern
he's
Mu
found
Bayern
some confidence.
Bayern Munich's quality is leagues above the rest of the Bundesliga. So he's over there scoring in the Bundesliga, but the overall quality of the other opposition in the Bundesliga is lower than that of what they'd face in England.
Well,
So
true, true.
while
But
Bayern
I mean,
is
for a one game, I mean, he are even for 60 minutes within a game, because as I said, I'm not sure about the fitness of Kane. Maybe he'll be able to play a half an hour for argument's sake. So Nick Jackson plays 60 plus. Kane comes possibly finish out the game. I'm not sure if that will get them over the line, but the strength for both teams, I would say, is probably in the wide areas. You have a Diaz for Bayern, you have Vinicius for Real Madrid. So that may be where this game is decided on the flanks. Possibly whoever get the better on the flanks may win the game. For me though, Christoph, I am leaning towards a Bayern Munich win. I feel Bayern Munich is building something over there under Vincent Company, and I think they will get the better of Real Madrid over the two legs. So even though I'm not even sure how this leg would go, to be honest, I'm tempted to call a Real Madrid win, a 2-1 win for Real Madrid, but Bayern going back home and overturning the deficit and winning the tie itself on aggregate. But for this first leg, I am gonna back the home team, which is Madrid, to get a 2-1 win to take something back to Germany for the second leg. What's your call for this game?
um yeah, I think I would back Madrid to win or a draw in this game. I will also back Madrid to get a penalty.
Well,
I think there has only been one game so far this season
well,
that
I mean,
Madrid
if
has
you're
not
so
gotten a
confident,
penalty.
probably you need to put some money on that call, Christoph.
Oh,
Why
Madrid,
why
Madrid,
not why not
Madrid.
get something from the call?
Uh,
Don't just be
yeah,
right, be rich.
yeah. I mean, I have bet on them and gotten money so far this
Wow.
season. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean
Madrid to get a penalty. So
Madrid to get
far,
a penalty.
so far in the Champions League, I believe it's only been one game against Liverpool in which Madrid has not gotten a penalty, and they've been
Hmm.
getting like even multiple penalties in games.
I
So
see, I see, I see. So
Liverpool is the only game so far this season they
something to
have
look out
not
for then.
gotten a penalty.
Something to definitely look out for. But the Liverpool PSG game, Christoph, I mean, for me, it's an easy PSG win. I'm looking at possibly a high scoring, maybe 3-0 PSG. 3-0
Yeah,
PSG. Because I remember the last time Liverpool went to PSG. If not for Alisson Christoph in that game, Liverpool could have easily picked up 7-8, 8-0 if not for Alisson. And Liverpool shockingly ended up winning that game 1-0 on a breakaway goal scored by Elliott, taking a 1-0 result back to Anfield. But if not for Alisson in that game, it could have easily been a 7-8-0. And with the form I see Liverpool displaying and with no Alisson in goal who is injured, I can easily see a high scoring game. Liverpool picking up another 3-4, similar to what occurred on the weekend. So for me, easy PSG win. Easy, easy. To me, this is the easiest call of all the ties. What says you though?
I think it could potentially be an easy win for PSG, but I do think Liverpool could take the tie.
Take the tie.
Anfield, yeah, I think they could, but
No, you must be crazy, Christoph.
Liverpool right now
Take
is
the
such
tie based on how Liverpool is playing and how you saw
Liverpool.
PSG dismantle Chelsea.
Chelsea aren't that good.
Take the tie. Oh no, I don't see that happening any at all. I think PSG win the tie and win by 5, 6 goals, clear margin. The Liverpool team is devoid of confidence at the moment, Christoph. They can't keep the ball out of the back of their net. And up front, they're not firing. So
Oh
I
yeah,
don't see them
that
troubling
is
PSG. I just see
that that
PSG walking
that
all over them.
that is the big problem for Liverpool in that they cannot defend at the moment. I don't know what the problem is. I guess it's coming from all the way back at Klopp. Clearly, something needs to change defensively, right? It's coming all the
Yeah, I
way
mean, the
from Klopp.
defense is a total rebuild, for sure. Total rebuild. Total rebuild. But what's your predicted scoreline, Christoph? That being said,
Where's the first leg?
the first leg is in Paris.
Oh, 3-0.
3-0. I'm going 3-4-0 for PSG. High scoring game. Liverpool could potentially get a goal, possibly, but definitely a high scoring game. But PSG clear winners, not even close, clear winners, at least by a 2, 3 goal margin. Clear winners. Ah, Arsenal, Christoph. Arsenal versus Sporting. How are you
If
seeing that one?
if Arsenal play how they played against Man City or played against Southampton, then Sporting will win. I think
Well, I mean,
Arsenal. I think
obviously Arteta's best
I
11,
think
the injured 11 should be back in play now, Christoph.
no, some players are still out.
No, man, these players were never injured to begin with. These were
Uh,
all exaggeration to get them off international duty.
hey, the national team coach is confirmed injury, so I
Ah,
don't think
man,
they would be dying as well.
come on, all exaggerations. The next day they were in training, and
That be
come
injured.
Champions League time, they're all in
Uh,
the first 11.
not every injury means you can't train. It just means you can't play. Not every injury means you can't train, right?
So you're saying these players were definitively injured then?
Yeah, these players were injured. It was confirmed
Mm.
by the coaches. We saw
So come
players in.
Champions League, we should not see them in the squad, is what you're saying, because they'll be injured.
We might not see some of them in the squad, yeah, because they're
I
still
believe
recovering.
this will be Arsenal's best 11 being trotted out to play
What
versus Sporting Lisbon.
what is Arsenal's best 11?
Now the regular 11, Gabriel Saliba,
No, not the
Raya.
back line. We know the back line.
Oh,
We
the
know the
back
back line.
line. Then you're looking at Gokire, Saka, possibly Trossard or Martinelli. Then in the midfield, you're looking at Rice, who was so-called injured, Zubimendi, and a number 10, either Odegaard or Eze.
Eze was out even before international break.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, with modern medicine and with Arteta bringing these players back from international duty a whole
E-
week in advance, then they
Eze,
should be well
E-
rested, well prepared.
Eze did not
Physios
go
would
to
have been working
international.
overtime to get everyone up and running. So it should be a strong Arsenal 11 being rolled out versus the Sporting Lisbon team, Christoph. But that being said, I think Arsenal will progress.
It
I think
might
they can get a result in this game.
if Arteta is smart and if the players are smart, win this first leg big, play your second team in
I
the
don't
second leg.
see that happening in terms of winning big. They may
Win
win, but I
win the first
still
leg
think
big.
Sporting Lisbon will still be in the tie, even if they're down a goal or two. I don't think it's gonna be beyond Sporting Lisbon's reach
But
come the second
yeah,
leg.
I mean, like I said, if they play like they play that Southampton, Man City, that slowness, that um hesitancy, that reluctance to play the dangerous balls or the high risk balls, they're not going to win.
Yeah, but I think Arteta and Arsenal will approach this game with caution. Probably go in defensive, look to batten down the
Mm,
hatches, and then take it at home.
I, that is the thing. I don't think that is the correct approach. They have
But do you
been
think that will be the approach, though?
they maybe I don't know. Right now, I don't know. I don't know if Arteta has looked at the last couple of games and said the approach is wrong. We need to change it.
What has
I
been
don't know.
Arteta's approach, though, Christoph? Obviously, you don't know, but what has been Arteta's
It,
approach? As a
cautious.
fan coming
Too
into a game like this,
far
what would be
far
what would
far
his
too
approach likely be?
far too as a what would Arteta's approach be? Like
Correct.
I do not know. I do not
No,
know
no,
what
but
is the
we
mindset.
know you don't know what
The,
will be
what
it, but if you were
what
to
he has
predict his
done,
approach,
no, what he has done so far this season is
right, or
play
what he
these
has done in the
games.
past.
For most of these games, he has played them very cautious,
So
right?
yeah, so if it's what he has
R-
done, then
No,
why would you
right.
expect something different in
No,
this game?
but that's why I'm saying the results have been poor of late. Have you now looked at the approach that you've been taking all season and said, all right, we need to change the approach for this next game and
Not at
the
all, not
games
at
going
all. It
forward?
will
Well,
be a similar cautious approach.
if they
Defense
take
first,
if they
and then
take
anything you can pick up offensively.
that cautious approach, they will be dropping out this round.
That is exactly the approach I expect them to take in this first leg.
If they take this up that
But I
defensive
don't think
approach
that will
or
be a bad
cautious
approach
approach,
for this first leg. I mean, if you can go to Sporting, get a draw, even get a 1-0 advantage,
why do you need to go to Sporting and get a draw when you are
well,
the
don't
better
lose
team?
the game from the first leg.
No, we're not saying lose the
Don't be
game, but
naive like a Chelsea, for example.
you are the better team. You don't need to go there and play for a
You
draw.
don't, I mean, we don't know if Arsenal is the better team. They're the better team on paper, one would say, yes. But I would approach this cautiously.
What,
Take a draw if you can.
what's he saying? What's he saying? The table doesn't lie. The table doesn't lie.
Yeah, well, no doubt, no doubt. But all I'm saying is this is a two-legged game.
Right
So you
now,
don't have
the
to win
table
it from
doesn't
the
lie.
first leg.
Right now, the table doesn't lie. Arsenal is currently based on results
Right? Plus they
throughout this
finished top of the Champions League
is
table as
currently
well.
the best team in the Champions League based
Right,
on
right,
results.
right. Based on the league phase. So, but well, we'll definitely see. But for me, I expect Arsenal to win this tie over the two legs. For the first leg, I am gonna go with a 2-1 win for Arsenal, Christoph. I think Arsenal will take this furless 2-1.
If Mikel Arteta continues with this cautious, risk-averse approach, he will not be winning anything. And I, yeah, I've kind of changed my mind on it. Regardless of if he wins a trophy this season, I think this should be his final season at that.
Oh, so you're saying Arteta out, Christoph?
I
If
I feel all right. Based watching Arteta this season, it feels like Arteta is incomplete in the sense that he knows how to build a team. He knows how to give them defend to coach them defensively or whatever, but he clearly there is some issue with coaching them attacking wise, which is very strange to me given that he was an attacking midfielder. Right. So right now, Arteta is not looking like the finished article when it comes to being a coach. Like we might say a striker is not or a player is not the finished article yet
right,
because
right. So you're
the
saying
final third
he
is
can't get
missing.
them over the line, in other words, is what you're saying.
That is what it feels like right now.
Yeah, but what
Right?
if he
I'm
wins the
saying,
EPL?
uh,
Wouldn't
eh,
they quell that argument?
eh, even if he wins the EPL, even if he wins the Champions League, if Luis Enrique is available, sign him.
Wow. Wow. I don't think that will happen though if he wins the EPL, Christoph. That must put some credit in the bag. That must put some credit in the bank. Come on. Which team have you heard of the manager winning the EPL and then sacking the coach immediately before the start of the next season? Impossible. Impossible. That will put some credit in the bank. I
He doesn't have any credit in the bank for me at the moment.
winning the EPL or the Champions League will definitely pull up that bank with credit. For sure. At least for another season. At least for another season. Maybe
Maybe,
after the following season, then fine.
maybe for half a season.
No, at least for the following season, man. After the following season, similar to Slot now, then fine. So Slot won in his first season with Liverpool.
Slot should finish out the season. Then is what you're saying.
Slot should finish out the season and
Even if
then be replaced.
even if they get 10-0 from PSG, Slot should finish out the season.
No, if he gets 10-0, I think he should walk, resign with immediate effect, or
No, no, no.
he are
Uh,
sacked. Are sacked.
he's not going to resign. He's not going to
Well,
resign. So
sack him for sure. Yes, sack
okay,
him. Bring in a interim who possibly can get a new coach bounce. Try to finish in the Champions League position, and then you bring in a permanent appointment. So I would replace him with maybe the likes of a Steven Gerrard, a club legend like Gerrard, and then try to get Zabi Alonso in
I
come
wouldn't I wouldn't do that. I
in the
wouldn't replace him
season.
with not with Gerrard, because if you replace him with a Gerrard who is actually a manager and not like
Yeah, man, but it's a
a second
temporary post. We know Gerard, much like you say, Arteta isn't the finished article. Everyone know Gerard isn't the finished article. What we need is just someone to hold the fort, a club legend who is respected by the players, by the fans, to see out 6 games, see out
Gerrard
5 games.
Gerrard did not play with any of these players.
But he is a club legend.
He is a club
Many
legend
players look up to
to
him.
the
Many of these players who are played now, he was
he is
their hero as youngsters.
he was the club legend. Definitely the club legend to the fans. But w- how
Yeah, man,
many
you
how
just need
how
a
many
man to hold the fort, man. You don't need any great tactics.
how,
You just
how
need a man to
many
hold the fort and make some team selection. That's it. Give the players a little more confidence going into these fixtures. Just to sustain and hold the fort. See out 5 or 6 games. That's it. We're not asking anything more. And then bring in a permanent manager in the summer. Zabi Alonso has been the name that has seemingly overshadowed Slot ever since his departure from Real Madrid. So the fans have been clamoring for him, given the opportunity. Let's see what he can do. The fans will definitely be on board, probably exercise more patience and all these things. But it's quite possible as well that the fans and their expectations, Christoph, may override what Azabi Alonso may come in and do. I mean, fans nowadays want immediate results. And if results are not coming out immediately, then the pitchforks and the axes come out as well. So, you know, it is what it is. It's only down to the club to make sensible footballing decisions at the end of the day. Win, lose, or draw. Make sensible footballing decisions because fans are fickle. Fans will make nice this week, and a string of 2 or 3 good results, the nice quickly quiet down. So let's see how it works out, Christoph. Let's definitely see how it works out. But moving along. So, did you give us your prediction for the Arsenal Sporting game? What's your predicted scoreline?
let's say Sporting takes the first leg 2-1.
Oh wow, so you're going in the opposite direction of my prediction then.
Right.
Wow.
I'm not confident in the way Arsenal are playing at the
Okay,
moment.
okay. The interesting call there for sure. But so the next game is Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid, Christoph. Barcelona versus Atletico.
Ah,
Uh that one
here's the
taking
thing.
place at the new camp.
At the new
I'm
camp,
gonna go with
and
a home win. A home win.
I'm
Uh,
definitely going to go with a home win for Barca. I think Atletico might make it very difficult because, like I said, they potentially have a chip on their shoulder coming into this game, probably feeling they were robbed by the referee on the weekend. Again, they've lodged a complaint against the referee for that game. La Liga has been Much like I complain about the EPL refereeing, the refereeing in La Liga, especially in Real Madrid and Barcelona games, are some big question marks as to what is going on.
Mhm. Interesting stuff for sure. Well, hopefully this is a non-Spanish referee, Christoph, a so-called neutral referee that will be in charge of this UEFA Champions League game. So it might get rid of a little of the potential bias you're referencing. But that being said, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game, but I think Barcelona may just get the better of Atletico in this first leg at home. So I'm gonna go 3-1 in favor of Barcelona. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game, to be honest. Both teams to score for sure. 3-1, 3-2, close enough. That man Alvarez on fire for Atletico. In form. Lookman is there, offensive threat as well. And then of course we are quite familiar with the threats coming from Barca, the Rafinha, the Yamal, the old
Rafinha is injured.
veteran Lewandowski as well.
I believe Rafinha is out.
Potentially a Rashford may come in for a Rafinha then, So Barcelona do have enough attacking firepower, a Firmin. Many players are there who can put the ball in the back of the net. Pedri there in the midfield as well. So I think they will get the better of Atletico. I'm going 3-1 in this one, Christoph. 3-1 is my call. What says you? What's your predicted scoreline?
I it could be a 3-1. I want to go with a 2-1 in favor of Barca. But again, because I said because of the kind of historically, Barca have kind of struggled to go through when the second leg has been played away from home, where if they do not win this first leg and potentially win it big, I think Atletico has a
Oh,
strong
but
chance
but
to go
but
through.
define big. What do you mean big? Define what you
Like
mean by big.
3-0, 4-0. If they win 1-0 or 2-1, I think Atletico has a strong chance to overturn that deficit in the second leg and go through
Mm, I see. Oh, so your call then is Barca to win
the
this
leg,
first leg.
right?
However, Atletico to go through is what you're saying?
Potent, I think they have
Depending on the result of the first leg. If it's
depending
less
on the
than a 3 goal margin, you're saying.
right. I think Atletico will have a strong claim to potentially go through.
Mm, interesting call there. Interesting call there. But definitely action coming up on Tuesday, Christoph, and also on Wednesday. So this midweek is full of Champions League action coming up. And two games will be played on each match day. So coming up would be on Tuesday, you have Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich, and simultaneously Sporting versus Arsenal. And then on Wednesday, it is Barcelona at home to Atletico Madrid, and then PSG at home versus Liverpool. So some very excellent games, Christoph, coming up for the football in public. And for sure, the game that I will be locked into by no doubt will be the Real Madrid Bayern game. The Arsenal game will have to take a back seat. And then, of course, on Wednesday, I will be locked into the PSG versus Liverpool. So, uh, interesting games, lots of football in action. But any final thoughts, Christoph, as we bring the podcast to an end? Any final thoughts as it relates to the Champions League, World
I
Cup
mean,
qualifiers,
I,
FA Cup?
as we get to the latter stage of the Champions League, we're expecting that these are the cream of the crop teams, and I'm hoping to see some good attacking football on display.
Definitely, definitely. I think all of these matchups should bring goal. I don't see any of these games ending in a nil-nil draw, to be honest. I see both teams scoring 3+ goals, etc. So I'm looking for good attacking football. Of course, with VAR, we definitely know VAR will play a role, whether in terms of offside calls, goals being chalked off, etc. So, but I think for the most part, VAR should be getting it right, hopefully. So I think VAR works far better over there in the Champions League, Christoph, than what we've seen in the EPL, in all honesty. So uh, I wouldn't criticize their system too much, but for sure I'm expecting lots of goals and I'm also expecting some interesting results. I mean, I don't think all the games will go as the odds would have us believe. This is football. The ball is round. We know the statistics when it comes to home teams as well. And we know, of course, that this is a two-legged playoff. So all is not lost in the first half. So tactics may change from team to team as time progress in these matches as well. But that being said, looking forward to some exciting football coming up. But viewers, subscribers, that's all the time we have. Christoph, thanks again for coming on board and really sharing your thoughts and your opinions. Viewers, subscribers, thank you for continuing to support the podcast. Of course, leave us your comments, leave us your prediction. Who will win these Champions League matchups? Of course, hit that like button and, of course, share with friends and family. But until next time, this is Rafa signing off.